How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel. The Springboks have released their squad to play Japan this weekend, and Rassie, in Rassie fashion, has announced his squad early. Am I upset? No, I love it when this happens. But the big news is Zachary Porthen has started. He's been called up to start. Like, I could have understood him being on the bench or, just getting to train with the squad. But no, he must have really put in a solid performance to really turn the head of Rassie to get him to start up against Japan. This is the perfect time for him to do it. And South Africa are going back to a 6-2 split. How amazing is that? So I want to break down this squad. I'd love to hear what your thoughts are. Please like, subscribe. It really does help the channel grow. And let's get into it. So what you're going to see is we are going big again. You are going to notice there's no Damian Willemse. He picked up an injury to his hamstring in his last URC game, which ultimately ended, hopefully it's not going to end his international season, and it's just like a little blip. But Cheslin Kolbe is filling in at 15. Personally, I would love to see Rassie start to blood in a couple more natural 15s, not necessarily having to use the likes of Cheslin Kolbe, or one of our other wingers, where even Ethan Hooker, he can play 15. Kanan Moody can play 15 as well, so we do have a couple options. Sasha Feinberg, he can play 15, but none of them are true natural 15s. I would like to see someone a little bit more like a Willie LaRue come through, and really start putting the paces. So we do have someone that is a natural there. Obviously, personally, I do like Witter Chamberlain. I really like him. Yes, he's 25, 26 years old. I think he's got all the talent to be a Springbok. But, personally, I'd just like to see, a little bit more of a natural 15 instead of using someone as a makeshift 15. But I'm upset that Cheslin Kolbe is there. No, not at all. We do have Ethan Hooker at 14, which I do feel is his natural position. Jesse Creel and then Damian Willemse as a centre partnership, quite possibly the best partnership in World Rugby. Personally, it is my favourite partnership in World Rugby. Curtly Ardenser at 11. If there's ever a time that we get to see Cheslin Kolbe, Ethan Hooker and Curtly Ardenser on the pitch at the same time, my heart is happy, because this is speed, this is aerial ability, this is counter-attacking, and they got power. So it's going to be fantastic to see how this plays out. I mean, I am expecting pace, and then we have the forwards, which is just scary. We're going to get onto that in a second. Sasha Feinberg and Kobus Reinach are the halfback pairing. Sasha, I think everybody is still going to have those recent performances of Sasha etched into their memory, considering the spectacular performances that he's been putting in. And this just goes to show what kind of talent South Africa do have. He is a natural 10. Like I say, he can play 15 as well, but the performances that this guy's able to put in, he is everything that you could potentially want. He can run with the ball, he can kick with the ball, and he can pass with the ball phenomenally. So he's able to find those little pieces of spaces. He's able to attack. He's able to go straight for the jugular when needed. But not only that, when something needs to happen, he can make it happen. He performs in big games. He performs when it is needed. So Sasha Feinberg definitely is one for the future. He's one for now, and I can't wait to see what he's going to do up against Japan. Kobus Reinach, we all know, experienced vet. The guy, he is such a strong runner of the ball. He showed this time and time again. So I think Japan's really going to have a lot of difficulty keeping up with him, the pace that he puts on you. But not only that, the pain that he puts on you as well, it's not nice. Talking about pain, take a look at our back row. So we've got Jasper Wiese at 8, and I think we have seen the difference with South Africa with Jasper and without. He is such a big part, and he's such a big component in the engine that is in the engine that is Springbok. So he's definitely a key player. We just don't feel right without him. That physicality that he brings, that ball running that he brings, is just, he makes the space, he creates space, and sometimes he will just power through to make and, to open up positions for other people. So Jasper Wiese is such an important player. But not only that, we got Franco Marstad at 7, Siya Kolisi at 6. We got a lot of breakdown ability here. Franco, he can play the lock, he can play the back row wherever he's needed. This is something that Rassie really does like. He likes utilizing our locks, put them into the back row, because they got the size, they got the physicality, they got the athleticism. So yeah, monsters, absolute monsters. And obviously Siya Kolisi as captain at 6, yeah, amazing. Absolutely amazing. Do I think he is the best number 6 that we have? This might be a little bit of a hot take. I don't think Siya Kolisi, in terms of performance and in terms of ability right now, is our best 6 that we can choose. I do feel that he is the best captain that we can choose, which would give us the best chance of winning, because you do need a solid captain. He is our captain, Mike. Oh, what they say, oh captain, my captain. He is a very, very important player. Do we have a better 6 in us? Personally, yeah, I feel Marco van Staden is a better 6 than what Siya Kolisi is, but Siya Kolisi is a far better leader and a far better captain than what we do have at the moment. Yes, we do have natural leaders and we do have captains in the squad, but Siya Kolisi just brings something different. So although he might not necessarily be the best 6 that we have, he is the best 6 for what we need. And we need a solid captain, because a solid captain can make or break you. So yeah, Siya Kolisi at 6, absolutely amazing. In terms of our lock pairing, we have Lood de Jager and we have Archie Snyman starting. I think the chances of this happening is like seeing a pink unicorn that poops glitter wearing shiny underwear. Is it going to be a surprise? 100%. Do you expect it? No, you don't expect it. But is it pleasant? Yeah, because it's fantastic. You don't get to see that very often. Archie Snyman normally starts on the bench, and he normally puts in such an amazing performance when he comes on. So having him start, I'd love that. Lood de Jager, I'd love that. I think they're going to play phenomenally well. Japan is going to have such a nuisance to have to deal with, especially when it comes down to the lineouts. Archie Snyman, he just gets stuck in. We saw it so many times where he would come on, and I forgot which game it was, where he came on like the 15th minute, and within like a couple seconds of him being on the pitch, we scored a try, which I think was ultimately chalked off. And I think actually he scored a try and was chalked off. But yeah, he just brings just something different. He's got that presence. He's got that aura. Archie Snyman is an absolute monster. And then our pack: Zachary Porthen, Malcolm Marx, and Oxenche. I don't think anybody was expecting Porthen to be starting, personally. I wasn't. He's such a good talent. And honestly, you look at the players around him, with Ox, Marx, Snyman, de Jager, Kobus, Jasper Wiese. It's just crazy. It is crazy. He has got so much talent around him. He's got so much experience. It's just going to make his life so easy, and this is just going to help him grow. He's going to be learning from the best in real time, and he's just going to grow. So he really must have done something very, very well to put in the performances and really played well in the training on the training ground to turn Rassie's head, because that must not have been easy. The amount of talent that we do have on the bench is like, he must have really done special to say, yay, you starting. So proud moment for him, and I cannot wait to see what he does. In terms of our replacements, we got Grobela, we got Steenkamp, we have Wilco Louw, Ruan Nokia, Andre Esterhuis, and Kwagga Smith, Grant Williams, and the Manny Liebach. I am so happy to be seeing as another 6-2 split. Obviously, we've been playing a lot of 5-3. We've been playing a lot of Tony Ball. Do I like it? Yes. Do I still like the ability to be able to go a 6-2 or even a 7-1? Yes. We do have the quality, we have the depth, and obviously we're going for a little bit more of a physical approach here. We've got big players, we've got a lot of physicality as well, and then having someone like Grant Williams and Manny Liebach for whatever's needed is amazing to have. Obviously they can cover quite a few different positions. So it's only a matter of time, and we got a lot of versatility in these backs. A lot of these players can play multiple different positions. Obviously, Andre Esterhuizen, he can play in the back row if needed. We've got a cover at the 12. Kwagga Smith, he can play all around the back row. We have Ruan Nokia as locks, and then Grobelaar, Steenkamp, and then Volker Low. I mean, Volker Low, when he steps onto the pitch, the ground shakes. So yeah, that's definitely going to set some, a little bit of fear into the Japanese. But otherwise, am I upset with Manny Libbok's performances? No, he's actually kind of redeeming himself in my eyes. He's actually been playing very well. I do think he's probably one of our better, he's one of our better 10s in play. I would say he's not as good as Sasha, but he's definitely better than Handré Pollard. But Handré Pollard kind of takes the cake when it comes down to kicking. But obviously he's not here. There's no sign of Kane Moody either. So there's a couple players missing here, which it's Japan. It's Japan. So we have to take it with a pinch of salt. We've got a lot of talent. Obviously they are trying something a little bit different. The Northern Tour is going to be an absolute monster tour. Obviously we have France, we have Ireland. We got a lot of tough tests that's going to be coming up. So a lot of these players need to get that time under their belt. If there's ever going to be a time to rotate and to experiment, it's going to be in this Japan game. Hence, Grobelaar, Steenkamp, Zachary Porthen. It's like, this is the time that we want to be testing these things out. So obviously, like you see, that there's no Iabenetsabed here either. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's really, really going to be interesting. I cannot wait to see what kind of destruction that we're going to have on Japan. Japan is, I think they're only going to end up releasing their squad on Thursday or potentially Friday. So I'll wait to see that, but I'd love to hear what your thoughts are on this game. Personally, I have the Springboks to win by 40. So please drop your thoughts in the comment section below, like and subscribe. It really does help the channel grow, and I'll catch you guys later. Bye.